China boosted power generation substantially last year. Obviously, you do the math. Stimulus, hundreds of trillions, and then, lighting up the factories, getting the goods moving. Kind of a no-brainer, right? You're going to draw down the grid even more. But Steve has been looking at the changing face of power generation in China. And Steve, the landscape is dotted with smoke-belching, dirty coal-fired plants. China wants to go on a long fishing trip. What does that mean?
Yeah, they are definitely expanding their nuclear power capabilities. Power use in China is expanding right along with the economy, as you mentioned. We found out yesterday 8.7% last year. That was the slowest pace since '01, but, we could be getting back upwards towards 9–10%. They're going to need more power. Power output in November and December alone surged 27–26% respectively, the fastest pace in almost 5 years. 2 years ago, when China's export machine was in full steam, Bernie, power outages and rationing at factories down south was not uncommon. It's clear that the economy needs to generate more power, and that is where nuclear power enters the equation. Currently, just 1% of China's power needs is supplied by nuclear power. Now, the nation has 11 reactors, but 20 are currently being built. And CLSA says the current 9-gigawatt nuclear power capacity will jump to more than 70 gigawatt over the next decade, and another 150 gigawatt on top of that is in the proposal pipeline. Sounds like a lot. It is, but China needs a lot of power. It's the world's second biggest electricity producer, and nuclear is not expected to overtake coal as the primary energy source anytime soon.
We think by 2020, China may reach a total power capacity of 1,500 gigawatt, and our projection for nuclear is definitely 70 gigawatt. So that's roughly 5% of the power mix. And also you have to also consider the fast growth of wind energy, also solar. So I think with all these alternative energy growing, China's reliance on coal power can reduce from currently 75% to about 64% by 2020.
Now, the China News Service says China's largest nuclear power firm, China National Nuclear Corp, aims to double profit in 5 years as it builds more reactors across the country. CNNC also has started work on developing uranium resources last year in foreign countries, including Niger, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and Namibia.
China's current uranium production can only meet half of the demand. If we're talking about China growing from 9 gigawatt capacity to 70 in 10 years' time, then that means the uranium demand will also go as big as 8 times. So China would definitely need to import a lot more from foreign countries.
And Bernie, of course, safety is the other big issue of concern. So far, China's record has been pretty good, though questions, raised when the former president of CNNC was removed from his post last year and just last week expelled from the Communist Party and dismissed from public office due to, quote, serious violations of law and principles. We're not quite sure the exact nature of those charges. Perhaps, though, he's not quite the kind of person you want heading up the firm building all those nuclear power plants.